I wanted to spend a few minutes and talk about why I'm releasing some of these videos right now, and I haven't for a while. A couple of days ago, I went to a quantum healing hypnosis therapy session that I had booked for a couple of months. So I went and did that. I wanted to allow myself to go into a theta state of mind and really connect with my higher self, my intuition. For those of you who are not familiar with QHHT, it was pioneered by Dolores Cannon. She was doing it for years and years and years. And it's not like what you would think of being hypnotized, like you completely lose consciousness and you're in a state of amnesia and you have no idea what's going on and you have no control over what's happening. It's not that at all. You're in a theta state, like a dreamlike state, and you are fully conscious, but it's without your conscious mind inhibiting you. So, people say that alcohol is a truth serum because when you've been drinking, your inhibitions start to lower and you feel more free to say things and do things that you normally wouldn't under any other state. It's similar to that, but without the negative side effects. We do a whole meditation and energy clearing before that session starts to ensure that, only your highest self is coming through. You're not opening yourself up to negative entities or negative things or any of that. You set the intention yourself and you have full and complete control over what you are allowing to come through. And it's just a deep, it's a deep state of your subconscious mind, which stores a lot of repressed memories, past lives, things that like our conscious mind just can't talk about or can't access because we have all of these blocks from conditioning, societal conditioning, childhood conditioning, school conditioning, our own fears, our own judgments. We're our own worst critics. So I took it upon myself to go and do this because I really feel that I just felt like I needed to. Sometimes I know exactly what it is that I'm supposed to be doing, but I hold myself back from it because of fears. I'm afraid people are going to think I'm crazy. I'm afraid that it's just I'm having these thoughts and these downloads and these messages come to me, but like maybe I'm just making it all up and maybe I really am crazy and maybe I'm doing more harm than good by, following my gut instinct. And I think that a lot of people might feel that way as well. So I went and I did this, and there was some really, really interesting things that came up, and a lot of it had to do with a mission of mine to come to planet Earth and the Lion's Gate, which is like July 26th through August 11th, or, there's different dates. Sometimes it's July 31st through August 8th. It's all around this period of time, and it's about, it's the Lion's Gate, and we're in the Leo season and all that sort of stuff. Well, I had this vision that, the lion had his third eye open and was shooting rays of light to the planet from out there in the universe. There were rays hitting the Earth. He was sending them to Earth, and they were causing shock waves on the planet. And they were symbolically like bombs going off. They were catching people unaware, and they were, in my vision, I saw people, like standing on the ground, and like, boom, this light ray bomb would hit the planet and it would jolt the Earth, and there would be this major shake, and people would be like lifted up into the air, 6 inches or a foot, and be like falling over from the impact. And that was like people getting like an awakening moment. They're getting hit with the truth. They're being able to see things. The light was coming down so hard and so intensely that they couldn't ignore it. Some people ignore it because it's difficult. It feels unsafe to acknowledge that certain things might be happening on this planet that are so evil that it's difficult for someone to accept that, or to think, not even accept it, but just allow their minds to think that way. I've had this analogy for quite a while that it's almost like when you're married or you're in a relationship and you find out that your partner is cheating on you. And like, you might have known, like, there were little things that you saw here and there, little coincidences that got you thinking that in the first place, but you're like, no, that couldn't be. I'm just going crazy. I'm being paranoid. That can't happen. I don't want it to happen. So I'm not going to let my mind go there. And then you have someone who comes along who maybe they're a friend or a neighbor or whoever, but they come to you and they tell you, hey, I have seen evidence of your partner cheating on you or doing this or doing that, whatever. And because it is so terrible, and because it will rock your world, and there's a lot of fear around, losing trust in someone and maybe losing a life that you've put together, and just, everything that's at stake when someone's cheating on you, that you can't, a lot of people do go into denial, and they're like, they don't want to believe it. And they get mad at the person who is shedding light on that. And they want to blame them and get angry at them for bringing it to their attention, because there's this part of them that is so terrified and the pain is so great that they don't want to accept that. They cannot. That's why they go into denial. It's a trauma-based response. They can't accept that. And that's just like way too much. And so they get angry and say, how dare you say that? You're full of shit. Like, leave me alone. This can't be true. You're trying to ruin my life, because that's ultimately, how they're feeling, like what's going to happen if this is true. And they're basically shooting the messenger. And I really feel and sense that there are a lot of people who are feeling that way with a lot of the things that are coming to light. There's a lot of people who are waking up and who are able to see what's happening, which is great. And there are still people who are not there yet. And I say this with compassion because, like I said, it is a trauma-based response to shut that down. It is threatening. It threatens their sense of safety and security, even though that might be a false sense of safety and security. It threatens that so greatly that they can't help but react with anger and outrage and disbelief. So I do feel like that's what's going on collectively. But these shock waves, I was told very clearly that these shock waves are coming right now during the Lion's Gate. And so I've felt very strongly the past couple of days about, like, I just need to share this kind of stuff. I just want to get it out there. These are my visions. If it resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. There's no right or wrong here. It's just you either, it either makes sense to you on some level or it doesn't. And that's totally okay. But I just wanted to, there's more. I can only do 10-minute videos on Instagram. I'm going to be uploading these to YouTube. I'm going to be uploading these to MeWe. I'm going to look into BitChute, because there's so many different, we don't have to rely solely on Instagram and Facebook anymore. And I wouldn't recommend it because, in case you haven't noticed, there's a lot of censorship going around, and it is very true, the saying that whatever it is that they're censoring is exactly what you need to know. Why are they suppressing this information? Where is the freedom of thought? Where is the freedom of speech? Where is the freedom of beliefs? The freedom to believe whatever it is that you believe without negative repercussions. Something to think about. Anyways, thanks.